Hello, my name is Ryan Mason, and I will be showing you two different websites that have great design patterns, principles, and great overall layout. The first website I have to show you is the website for the gaming company, Riot Games. Riot Games creates a variety of games and animations and are very well known. I want to first talk about the color palette and typography choices. The colors used throughout the website are blacks, grays, and reds. They use a variety of different contrasts of these colors, but there are no other main colors in the website. They use Mark Pro, Arial, Sans Serif, and Normal as their font for the entire website as well. The website design principle I noticed is the contrast between the background and the foreground. It makes the website look nice while also allowing the user to easily distinguish between what is able to be clicked on. The next one is the alignment. The page is organized very well, and everything you need to know is at the top, where you don't need to scroll, and the less important stuff is included at the bottom of the page. The next thing I want to talk about is the repetition. There are two examples of this on the website. The first one is the repetition of colors. The colors will stay the same throughout the entire web page, which makes it look better and more official. They also use repetition on their main page, which with most of the images being the same resolution and in the same general area. And this leads me to my last one, which is the proximity of everything on the web page makes a lot of sense as well. Things that are related to each other are all next to each other, and nothing is left far away, as that would be confusing to the user. Now I want to move on to the design patterns used. The first one that I noticed is that they use a strong password meter. This is used to make sure your user's passwords are sufficiently strong in order to prevent malicious attacks. The next one I noticed was navigation tabs. These are used to separate content into sections and are accessed using a flat navigation structure that clearly indicates the location. Next is the home link. This allows the user to go back to a safe start location of the site, aka the home page. After that, I noticed that they had fill in the blanks as well. They use this when asking which job position you would like to search for. And finally, I want to touch on the human interaction law that I thought was used in this website, which is the aesthetic usability effect. This is used when users often perceive aesthetically pleasing design as designs that are more usable. We can see this being used as the website is very aesthetic and it does make it feel more usable. Now, the next website I would like to talk about is the Full Sail website. I want to first talk about the color palette and typography choices for this one. The colors mainly used are orange, black, gray, and red, and there are different shades and contrast, but this is the main color scheme. They use Digo UI, Roboto, Oxygen, Sans Serif, and Normal as their typography font choices, and the first design principle that I noticed was the contrast, with the white background being used throughout the website. It provides great contrast so you can easily differentiate the sections. The next one is the alignment. Makes this web page easier to understand, and the more important stuff is once again located together at the top of the web page. Next, the repetition of layout in the degrees tab makes everything easier to read and navigate. And finally, the proximity between everything makes sense. Things that belong together are all next to each other. Now I want to move on to some different design patterns used. The first one I saw were navigation tabs. Now these once again are used a lot throughout the Full Sail website, and they allow users to easily navigate where they need to go. Next is the autocomplete function. So when searching up something, the possible responses are shown based on what you have already typed, as you can see here. The website also includes a home link, which allows the user to return to the home page whenever they want. There is also a fat footer at the bottom, which includes lots of useful links and information if the user would ever need to use them. And then the last principle I noticed was that they have an FAQ, and this is used commonly in websites where the user might have common questions about a product or service, and this allows them to get quick answers without having to reach out to anyone. And finally, the human interaction law I wanted to touch on for this website is the law of proximity. So objects that are near or proximate to each other tend to be grouped together, and there are so many examples of this on the website, but it's great because the user will see that everything is related and will be grouped together, making everything less confusing.